Campbell's comments here at Pukekohe, catching up with David McGowan. Firstly, Dave, thank you very much for joining me.
That's all right, not a problem.
Beautiful day here in Pukekohe. Lovely place you guys have here to train horses, community training track.
Yeah, it's beautiful. There's 250, I think, training here, our horses, and great facilities, and we're right by the track, so it's a 2-minute walk.
Stevie from Woodlands, he told me I come on the wrong day because he said there won't be many hobblers and that, but I don't think it matters. If you like harness racing horses, it's just a great place just to come down and visit and have a look at the horses' work.
Yeah, it is. We get quite a few people actually come and take photos and hang around and just for the light and everything in the morning, and you can get some great shots, yeah.
Yeah, it's breathtaking. We won't let him stop. He's going to stop. He'll be standing there for a while the way we're going with this interview.
It's only Ollie, he's all right. He's not old enough to know better yet.
You got a great group of kids around you and staff around you. We'll get onto those guys in a second. Yourself, how many horses do you train, mate?
You've got 32, 33 in work, yeah, and I don't know, 25, 26 trotters.
Yeah, which is great. I love the trotters, and I think I was saying to you there before that I think it's amazing the amount of trotters here on the North Island. Like people constantly say there's a horse shortage, but it doesn't seem to be a trotting shortage.
No, there's lots of them, and we have 3, sometimes 4 races a night. Maidens probably are a little light, but the one winning faster, there's enough of them to keep us going.
That's interesting that the maidens are light, but you got horses that have won a lot of races, and that's what I was looking at tonight. There is forward tonight. There's of course the Great Northern Derby and the Rowe Cup, but there's two other support races. Big fields. Yeah,
they're good fields tonight, and it's good for Auckland Trotting Club. They're putting the money up, and it's a premier night, so we should have a good field. Yeah.
Where did the love of the trotter come from for you?
Way back, I think. Malvander was a horse I drove when I was a junior driver. He's a Great Evander stallion, and he was a beautiful horse. And I just like the fact that they choose to do it for you, and you can help them. You can help them a lot more than you possibly can a pacer, and a lot of trotters need help and confidence. And when you get that, it's a huge thing when you can go out there and you can just do whatever you want, and the horse trots.
It's special when you drive a special trotter, and I've been fortunate enough to drive a couple of good ones in my time, and I'm sure you have as well. I reckon there's no better kick when you get that young one, and all of a sudden that one day it just shows you that little bit. Might only be for 200 metres, but that is just a fulfilling experience, isn't it?
That's the most exciting part, when you break them in and they. The modern ones now, they just trot, and then you might be stuck, like bowling around a half and 20 for a couple of weeks, and all of a sudden it gets it and it goes like a 10 or 12, and it's like, we got it, and that is a good feeling, yeah.
It is. It's up there with winning a race, I reckon. It's sometimes they show you enough, then you just got to convince the owners to be patient. You said there about the modern breed, and we'll get on to a few of your horses that you've got here in a minute, but it is so different back in the day, isn't it?
Yeah, very different. I think we've got 3 trotters with steels on, and the rest are aluminiums all round, and they just know how to trot, and that's all they know, and it's just getting them confident, and you're away. Yeah.
And it's a great spectacle. I was fortunate enough last year, I got the mobile ride in the Great Northern Derby last year. And Highgrove, little hothead that he can be from time to time, but he was right behind the mobile, and just watching him stride out and it was just breathtaking just to watch. And it's one of those experiences I try to explain to people, but I think we need as many people to go to the track to actually to be able to see what it is. You were saying there before that basically one of my great sponsors, Harasser Trotters, you've got a lot of the Harasser Trotter breed here. You enjoy the European, well, it's not really European, it's a French and sometimes North American lines that Pat brings in.
Yeah, I love them, and we've sent most years we send mares to them, and I've sent Louise several pieces of paper with all the ones we've got in work, and it's great for them to follow too. And we've got Adele, of course, and she's an Orlando Vici, and they're just beautiful. They might take a tad of time to 3-year-old maybe, but beautiful horses, and generally all of the French ones have been really lovely to work with.
Adele's a beautiful horse. She has a few little issues, but she's a beautiful horse. And you said she's up in Queensland at the minute, enjoying the Queensland sun.
Yeah, she loves it. Yeah, she's really settled in up there really well, and she's calming down with a bit of age on her, and she still gets a little hot, but she's learning how to cope with that now. And Nathan Dawson's driving, and he's been really lovely with her. He's been really kind and just leaving her alone, and it's working really well.
I judge you have just a love of the horse.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I love it. I think we need to be able to, because there's no talk about betting or anything like that. We've had a little bit of fun prior to doing this as well, and we'll talk about your horses that are going around tonight. But you just have a dead set love of the horses. You got a great group of staff as well. You have a bit of fun, a bit of cheek, and it makes it a pretty good work environment.
It is. It's really good. No, I don't do betting. No, it's my satisfaction is going to the races and trotting all the way, and I get. You get disappointed, of course, and there's that horrible feeling when they've gone awful and you know the owner's going to come around the corner, and that really gets me. Lots of people have seen me bawl my eyes out and so upset that I've upset the owner, you know, or the horses let us down, but that's life. I've got better at getting over it. When I had One Dream, I was not good, you know, when she was winning 14, 15 in a row, and Jill and Dennis came and saw me one night afterwards and said, if you don't start enjoying her, we're going to take her off you. And that was my little reality check, because I wasn't enjoying it. I was letting the pressure take over, and then we started enjoying it.
I think that is one of the things that I've been fortunate enough with my job, I realise, is that if you sit back and actually enjoy the experience, one, the people you meet, and then the fun you can have along the way, and go from there. I mean, our first conversation was, you're Karen Manning's brother-in-law, so you didn't know who I was, but you knew I was Kez Manning's. But there was a little bit of cheek afterwards. So then I think that's one of the great things about our industry, is that there is so much fun to be had. Sometimes we go to the races and it is serious and competitive, and we need it to be. Yeah. But we also need to be able to enjoy it, hang around a bit longer, and enjoy the show.
Yeah, we're a small group, aren't we? We're a little small world, and we're all facing the same dramas, and we all have the same excitement, and every now and again you're lucky to get really good horses like Special Force, you know, and I'm following Greg Sugars because we went to the Elite Lot with him, and it was so nice to talk to him at Cambridge when he came over for the Grins, because he was so worried about the trip, and I'm like, if he's like Special Force, he'll just stand there, eat, drink and shit, you know, that's all they do, and they don't even move in the plane. And when he comes back 2 or 3 weeks after, I'll give him a bell, and just because I think of that trip all the time.
It looks like he's done that, from paper, but anyway. Yes. And that's Sunday, and we'll worry about that. Yeah. Tonight, though, I have to do some work for Harness Racing New Zealand. Apparently, I've got to do sensible. Well, I don't have to. The Breckon Farms, Great Northern Derby, and it's Auckland Cup night, Roe Cup night. The Great Northern Derby, like I said before, last year with Highgrove, you're going to help me with Tony Hurley's filly. I keep forgetting the name, the Captain Treacherous filly. I can just about tell you a breed. Double Delight as well. She just chased all the... It's just it's a time-honoured race, and it's one of those races, and we need to promote it and make sure people are aware that the young up-and-comers are in this race, and these are the future of the industry. Yeah,
they are the future, and they've had a little bit of experience, some of them. There's a few that haven't, but we're getting a full field now. You know, like, we might struggle to get 8 or 9 in years and past, you know, and it's not, and then it's like, is it worth it, you know, is it worth putting up the money? But and then following on next year, we've got all these 2-year-olds that are around. There's heaps of them around, and they're trotting beautiful, so another year on them, and we're going to have some beautiful young trotting races. 2 in the race. You're going to help me out. I know the horse, I can't think of it, Celestia, is that right? Castana was close. Yeah. One last start, got a good draw, got a good driver. Passed on the driver. He's got a good draw. He's a beautiful horse. He's a half to Majestuoso. Beautiful horse, lovely manners, strong, just a real tradesman. And he's drawn 2. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but he's beautiful to drive. And then the other horse you got in, and the young bloke driving? Yeah, Olegro. He's an Orlando Beachy. He's out of a half-sister to Adele, and Nate, who works for us, Nate Delaney's driving him. And it's been Nate's horse, and Nate, way back, I said to Nate, this is every child, every kid driving wants a horse that is really good. This is your horse. So every time you go out there, and every time you train him, every time we work him, it's about next year. It's about your future. And so everything simple, calm, confidence, and he's done a great job with that horse. I had to drive him last start because Nate was suspended, but a lot of pressure on me, but I did well, and but he drove beautiful, and he raced beautiful for a green horse, and I nothing would make me prouder than seeing him fly down the outside and beat me. I don't care, but he's done a good job and he's a lovely horse.
1-2, that'd be a nice result, wouldn't it?
That'll be all right, but we won't need to use the tissue box, will we, on the way home?
No, although you've been giving Nate a bit of a hard time. Staff are important, though. You've got a young group of staff here, but they seem very happy and enjoying themselves.
Yeah, they're great. Nate, Sheridan, Ollie, they work full-time, and Leo, he's the old boy. He comes in part-time in the mornings, and he's like a rock too. And a couple of young kids come out and stay at the weekends and drive the horses. And, of course, my wife, Claire, she's the physio, and she works them as well, but she's got a broken arm at the moment. But she's probably the hugest part of the thing, because as soon as we come back from working a horse, if it's just on a line or it's not quite right, we just tell Claire, it gets sorted before it becomes a problem. And that's the main reason they're trotting beautiful.
Ask a lot of people this question. You enjoy the game?
Exactly. Yeah, I do. I don't want to do anything else. Yeah. I never wake up in the morning and think, oh shit, I've got to go to the stables. Even if I'm at home on a Sunday morning and the horses are on the paddock at the stables, I still feel like I should be there. It's I'll keep doing this for a long time. Yeah.
No, well done. It's pretty exciting announcements the other day too, which is positive for the industry, which is great for everyone involved, isn't it? Yeah,
it is good, and we just got to keep moving forward. We've got to work as a team, because we're all facing the same dramas. You know, like let's all work as a team and talk. You know, like there's a lot of bitching and moaning, and I'm not into that, and I'm not a confrontational person, but it's nice to sit down and talk to people and share your problem, listen to their problems. How do we fix those problems?
And tell people why we all enjoy the industry. You got someone who's been heckling you over the back jog track as we've been doing this interview.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun to be had. Yeah. It's not just about winning races. It's a great life, isn't it?
Every day out here we have fun. There's a few that think they're a little bit better than us, but that's the same in life. You walk down the street with that, but the ones that care about you really care about you, and we have a lot of fun and laughs. And they give me a heap of shit for being old, but hey, I can still probably drive a Group 1 winner.
You might tonight, mate. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dave. Thanks for joining me.
Not a problem.